Hello again in this video clip series that I'm calling My Journey to God in a Very Secularized World. This should be video clip number 34. I wanted to point out also, again continuing with this false seer, Maria Divine Mercy, that the followers are very fond of proof texting, as do the Protestants and so many other heretical groups, by picking out Bible verses and some Catholic devotions that suit them to convince people that they are right, but they refuse the guidance of the magisterium of the Church for 2,000 years so as to remain orthodox and not to be subtly led astray. The followers of this group say that true humility is to obey Maria Divine Mercy. It's totally weird. But the saints say that true humility is to obey the magisterium of the Church with all her documents for 2,000 years. Jesus founded his church on 12 apostles, not on Maria Divine Mercy. And as St. Paul tells us, Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. A strong promoter of Maria Divine Mercy posted on Facebook a written work with an imprimatur. I commented to him, "Why is the imprimatur important to you for this work, but not for Maria Divine Mercy?" He replied, "Because Virgin Mary expressly wished that imprimatur be given to this crucial revelation, warning from beyond." It's a total contradiction, because an imprimatur has to come from the church, the magisterium of the church. They got it all confused totally, totally confused. And of course, this is the Virgin Mary of a condemned private revelation. It's totally confused. This person also wrote, "Imprimatur for the Book of Truth will not be given because Freemasons are now in the Vatican in the highest positions of the Church. So they have become the infallible Pope." I commented, the Blue Book of Gobi has many imprimaturs. The Blue Book leads toward true humility and obedience, whereas the Book of Truth leads to feeling in a special group better than others with a false security of a seal on a piece of paper. The Blue Book tells us that the only refuge in this period of time is the Immaculate Heart of Mary. How many people who do not know their Catholic faith well are being slowly led toward pride and complacency rather than humility and total trust in the Immaculate Heart of Mary. You must think Satan is, I said to him, you must think Satan is so stupid that he cannot create a false private revelation that seems like an angel of light that St. Paul talks about, and that you feel in your great humility that you could never be deceived, since you believe you are so intelligent and do not need to look at divine revelation explained by the Church and the saints for 2,000 years. It's pride. It's all pride under there. I said to him, it says, "Best wishes for all eternity. I'm very sorry for those you will lead to trust Maria of Divine Mercy instead of the Catechism of the Catholic Church that John Paul II gave us." It's also, I found it also very interesting that the imprimatur that he offered, was from, he wrote imprimatur Nadoskov Stanley Monaghan, and then it said Necedah, Wisconsin. Ha! I passed from 1980 to 1983 leading that sect, that cult. I'm amazed how many false people, archbishops and priests, pass in that place to get followers of the false Vigente at Necedah, and this false bishop at Necedah has approved Mary of Divine Mercy. I gotta laugh at these things. I gotta laugh. You can find my work on Necedah and so on in my article that's called "The Cult at Necedah, Wisconsin," and so on. My dear friends, we are living in the most deceptive period in the history of the world and of the Church. In fact, let me offer you a few verses from the Bible exactly talking about our times. This is from Matthew 24:24. For false Christs and false prophets will arise and show great signs and wonders, so as to lead astray, if possible, even the elect. And then here from 2 Thessalonians 2:11-12, St. Paul writes, Therefore God sends upon them a strong delusion, to make them believe what is false, so that all may be condemned who did not believe the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. And then here's a quote from the book of Daniel, 12, verse 8-10. We find, I heard, but I did not understand. Then I said, O my Lord, what shall be the issue of these things? He said, Go your way, Daniel, for the words are shut up and sealed until the time of the end. Many shall purify themselves and make themselves white and be refined, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but those who are wise shall understand. Also in this period, Revelations 13:7 is written, Also it was allowed to make war on the saints and to conquer them. They're talking about martyrdom. So I'm encouraging you, to stick, as I wrote to the ones on Facebook, stick with well-approved apparitions that do not deceive in a hidden way, and that lead to true holiness of life with true humility and self-sacrifice with Mary at the foot of the cross. And again, I encourage the book of Gobi, because that book of Gobi, to our priests, our ladies' beloved priests, almost 20 cardinals and more than 150 bishops, more than 50,000 priests and religious have followed the Marian movement of priests, receiving by way of the Blue Book, which contains the messages, precious teaching from the Mother of God in this devastating attack of the ecclesiastical masonry on the sound doctrine of the Church and the sacraments, especially the Most Holy Eucharist. Many bishops have given their imprimatur to this book. You will find in these messages of Our Lady revealed through Del Stefano Gobi a resemblance to the writings of St. Louis de Marie de Montfort, St. Therese of the Child Jesus, and to the messages of Our Lady of Fatima, with the sweetness that only the Mother of God and the Mother of each of us could communicate to those open to the caresses of Our Lady. I would now I'll finish this video clip here, because in the next video clip I would like to go on to talk about a priest exorcist who testifies that Maria Divine Mercy, this cult, opens the door to demonic possession. May God bless you and Mary guide you.